And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, May 17th, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. So as regular viewers well know, we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index. We always want to make sure that price on the Russell is showing price strength before we put any individual underlying charts forward. And for that, we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, looking at it on a 5-year monthly time frame, and we've been paying particular attention to the blue channel that the Russell traded within through all of 2014. Had this little uptick up and out, a subsequent sell-off, but here's where we are right here, right now. Candle for the month of March was a bullish candle that pushed us back into the channel. April had a little more indecision with a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. And here's where we are right here for the month of May so far. I'm going to move it away from the monthly chart to the 2 to see how price is behaving. We're trading in this little wedgie pattern here. So this is my more minor area of support on the Russell, indicated by the orange line. We're trading in this little wedge that would suggest perhaps a breakout, perhaps might, I don't know, but price strength is being very persistent here. Staying above our blue 8-day EMA, we're at an area of support. Yesterday was a strong day. I'm filming this at about 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. The futures are in the red. Not too surprising after a strong day like yesterday, but with price showing strength and sitting at this area of support, I would not be too surprised to see it lift here. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the daily 3 months so you can better see. There's our wedge. I'm going to get rid of that black line. But you can see overall uptrend, area of support. We tested it once, we tested it twice. Yesterday was nice and bullish. So with follow through today and some price action that lifts us off this orange line, that price strength in the Russell continues. So with that, I'm going to put a chart in front of you that I think is worth keeping an eye on, and that is Dine Equity, D-I-N. It's in the restaurant space. Before I get into the chart, let me tell you a little bit more about this company. Dine Equity, as I mentioned, in the restaurant space, incorporated in 1976. They own and operate 2 restaurant chains, Applebee's, Neighborhood Grill, and IHOP. Applebee's, I think they've got over 2,000 franchises actually, and IHOP over 1,600. So they're a big player in the restaurant industry. At Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about finding value charts that are sitting at interesting areas of support, and this one is loaded with value. Currently trading at $82.29, but by the metrics I use, it's worth $128, so deep in the value. It's got a forecasted earnings growth rate of 20%. That is a nice high number. It's in an industry that is ticking up overall. PE of 13.23, but the reason I'm putting it in front of you today is, oh my gosh, dividend yield of 4.47%. That is a really nice dividend. So with the fundamentals out of the way, let me get back to the chart. What I want you to see, we're looking at the 5-year weekly area of support. Look at the way it consolidated below the line for about a year. Finally broke through. Let me show you the volume as it broke through. Let's go to the monthly. Look at that. Volume picks up, breaks through that area. It's come in. Here's where we are right here, right now. So we're looking at the monthly chart, but came in to retest this area of support. Should the market continue higher, this area looks very, very interesting to me. So I'm going to move it away from the monthly. I'm going to go back to the 1-year weekly so you can see bounce off support, bounce off support. Love it when I see these double pillars. That's a really nice, strong indicator that if the market continues higher, this one will do well. Their past earnings, look at the volume that came in when they announced earnings. The market loved their earnings. Traded all the way up here, and it's come right back down to settle in this area here. So that's the weekly chart. Up and over this double pillar of support here. I think if the market continues higher, Dine Equity will most likely start to lift here. Again, I'm not making any recommendations whatsoever. It's always for your further research, but this is just a very interesting value chart that looks really good to me here. At Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about price being up and over the blue line, so we use the 8-day EMA. When price starts to move up and over the blue, we are interested. When it trades below, we are not. So I would be looking for Dine Equity to start ticking higher here, moving up and over that blue line, and if it does, it's worth putting on your watch list. So there's my little green circle. In preparation for today's video, I also wanted to go back to my notes, show you that overall restaurant sales are starting to pick up. Shake Shack announced earnings. They were great. Yum Brands, great. So Dine Equity is past earnings. They were already great. It's just come into this nice area of support. Also going to include a Zacks article that talks about article on Dine Equity. I will include it. And Numara has initiated coverage on Dine Equity with a buy rating on the stock as well. So I'll include all of these things with today's video. Also wanted to say that a prior Chart of the Day Cafe pick is looking very interesting here. Apple, I'm going to pull it back to the 2-year weekly chart. I want to show you where we put it forward in a Chart of the Day Cafe video way back here. Again, we're looking at the weekly chart, so my little green circle had this beautiful lift. We reiterated it here, and it had this nice lift off and up from that area as well. I am going to reiterate it a third time here in this area. I think it looks very interesting. Traded in this wedge, moved up and out of the wedge here, came into an area of, it's very interesting right here. Holding support. Should price continue to move higher, I think Apple looks very interesting here. Check the scores on it this morning. Still has a ton of value. Great pick. We all know Apple. So with that, I'll leave you for today. We'll put another video out on Thursday. And remember, keep an eye on Dine Equity. Thanks very much.